Hi, this is Jason Krantz. Welcome to Kingpin TV. Today I'd like to showcase 3 boats to you and show you the Kingpin difference on how we attack the marine category and what we do to boats to make ourselves different and make them a better install so you get better performance on the water.
The first system we're looking at is a wake package that we put in this Supra SC350. Now the cool part about this system is it's designed for kind of everyday boat use. And what I mean by that is the surf tower speakers give you that nice high quality sound because they actually have a true tweeter in them. And the cool part is those speakers will play 360 degrees by just releasing the pin in the back and swivel them around and you can lock them down. Now this is all powered by 2 amplifiers, a 5-channel amplifier that runs the cabins and the back half of that 5-channel runs a subwoofer. And then there's a small 2-channel amp that's bridged that will run the 4 tower speakers. Now, these are controlled by the ZLD or the Zone Level Distribution Center. And you can independently adjust either the cabins, the sub, or the tower speakers while you're going down the river.
Now, one of the things that makes Kingpin so much different than everybody else is our enclosures and understanding how music transfers in a boat. Now, with the enclosures, let's start with that because structure is so important. Now, we do all of our material for sub-enclosure out of 3/4-inch polymer plastic. As you can see, is much denser than MDF, which is a typical shop uses. Now, I've heard before typical shops say, look, I fiberglass resin in my box and I rubberize undercoat it. The problem is you're still putting screws in it to mount the woofer or the enclosure down itself. And once it gets a small pinhole, it doesn't matter if it's just water touching it or humidity, it's going to soak in. And let me show you what that looks like. Now, this particular enclosure looks really good. This is exactly what an MDF box will do with fiberglass resin put over it. Once it gets a hole in it, it's going to swell up. So as you can see by this whole entire thing we pulled out of a boat, how nasty that can get. So the second thing with sound on the boat we want to be able to do is we want to be able to what I call a downfire sub-enclosure. So the enclosure will downfire. There's a certain amount of space we do here, or we fire it against the back of the back seat. If you're ever in a marine vessel or a boat, as we like to call it here, if you're ever in a boat and you see the front end of a driver, you are losing bass. You are losing performance. It's like driving a Lamborghini around with a Volkswagen Beetle motor in it. Yes, it will play music. Yes, it will give you bass. You're just not getting the most out of it. Then the last thing that we do is we want to make some sort of a trim panel to disguise where the subwoofer location is. And this shows you a jig for one of the Supra boats. Now we'll once again make this, we'll transfer this over to plastic here, and then we put our material on it. Now a lot of times the guys will want to do a factory matching material, and sometimes they just want to go to a generic carpet that looks good and blends in with the area. And for those really good guys that really want to stand out from the rest, they want to do a custom trim panel that you can see in one of our other videos.
The second boat is a Supra SC350. It's a little bit smaller than the SC450, and we did the same wake package except for one small thing. So we've got the tower speakers, the surf tower speakers like the other boat. We've got the 5-channel amp, we've got the 2-channel amp, and we got the zone level control. The difference between the two is the actual sub enclosure. Now this one we did a 12-inch sub, but we ported the enclosure to give it 3 dB more of output. It adds a little more oomph on the bottom end compared to the other standard wake package system that we offer. The last boat we're going to show you today is an SC400. Now this has our standard wake package on it except for one difference. So it's going to have the zone level control, it's going to have the 5-channel amplifier, the 2-channel amplifier, and the 12-inch sub in the downfiring configuration. But the biggest difference is we're moving from a surf speaker to a horn-loaded driver speaker. Now what this is going to give you is about 3 dB more output, which is almost like doubling your amplifier power. And it's going to create a longer distance of throw of travel and be much louder at that distance.
Thanks for watching this episode of Kingpin TV. Please check out our other great videos on our YouTube channel or follow us on the web at kingpincaraudio.com.